for the ESL Vainglory Cup Series number 8. I'm just Kaplan, joined by Blueberries, and we have our next match coming your way. It's going to be Red Team 2 up against the winners of the game we just saw against Collab, House of Batiatus.
Yes.
And the bands.
The bands.
Why don't you tell us what we got?
What do we have? Well, we have Jewel on both sides getting banned, and therefore we still do not see any Jewel in this cup here, waiting for Jewel. And I am very, very excited to see this match because, well, actually Red 2, they just beat an unknown O, so they are currently placed third and therefore are out of this event. All right, we will just go again into the picking phase and let's see what they are going to pick.
Alright, so Adagio being locked in for Flashy. We just saw him playing that.
That was pretty...
Miko probably going Koshka then.
Yep.
Pretty similar lanes. Pretty similar game, minus look at me playing Koshka instead of seeing a Vox out of Araki Zoro. At least in the game we casted earlier on. I still don't understand why we get this bug, considering we're not on Wi-Fi. And we actually have Wi-Fi turned off on the tablet, but we're still in there. We're still good.
That's the most important thing. All right, good to go. Starting to see the semi-final match here. Red Team 2 versus House of Batiatus.
All right, so Koshka versus Koshka.
Well, that will be pretty interesting.
I would love to see a 100% mirror match. You know how difficult that would be to cast? Koshka going in against Koshka!
Both Yummy Catnip frenzying each other.
Then the whole game just breaks. Explodes.
All right, well, pretty obvious that both are starting with a book of eulogies here. Well, don't have to explain that again. We have Ref here playing Fortress. He's going for the Iron Guard, so therefore he's going to be the tank. On the other side, it is Adagio played by Flashy. And let's see if they are going for a passive start or not. Look at me, he's just waiting in the lane here. Miko just going back, was just guiding his teammates. And here Ref and Adiga going together.
We still have not seen any contraptions bot in any of the games since it's been out.
Oh, really?
Casted.
Like
yeah.
also the last cup? No,
yeah, no contraptions.
Oh, alright, that's interesting.
Have you seen any in Vainglory League?
Well, we are currently on a break with
you're on a
VGL
break?
because we are starting the registration for the new events. So therefore we have 1 week of registration and therefore currently no matches. We will start on 11th.
Alright, well, be curious to see if there's any there. Yeah, it's just been really kind of quiet. I mean, people are... I mean, if you compare... I think Don John was saying it's way too expensive.
Hold on a second, we might see first blood. I think Flash is going down. Adiga is chasing together with Rev. There comes the flare to actually get the vision in the bush and not let him go. Adiga getting some damage here from Gibbs and the scout, preventing Miko gets chased. Absolutely beautiful, but is not getting down. But Adiga, what a misplay actually. He went in too deep and now they have to pay the full price for this actually greedy play here by Red 2. They were doing so good. They had a beautiful start and then messed up because they wanted it all.
All right, well, that's a little bit of a misplay, like I said. And now I guess House about to say 2-1 lead. And the contraption, like I was saying, I was talking to Don John, he was mentioning that it's really expensive. And also, you have to compare what do you lose if you buy it. Well, you lose the opportunity to get a Crucible early, or a Life Spring early, or you know, any of these other items that could potentially come a long way. I mean, yeah, it does give you Scout Traps really nicely, but you know, it's kind of a big loss considering what you won't have in its place.
Totally agree. I think it is more considered at the moment. I personally think that people might go late game for it. Well.
Yeah, I feel like we've only seen like 1 or 2 really late game games, and those last like 25 minutes long.
Well, that is.
I'm not sure. I mean, you've seen. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, you've seen a VGL. I'm just curious. Like, I don't think I just haven't seen many, you know, late game games.
Well, at VGL we had some like 30, 35 minutes, and well, good to engage. Miko able to get back, a bit of bleeding. Taking some damage over time here, and look at Ref. I mean, that movement speed is so high, and they are aggressively engaging, jumping back to Flashy. I mean, he could slow him down a bit with the Gift of Fire, and now Ref, he might be in a very, very bad position, but wow, that was amazing. Can get out of that situation, saving himself there. Well, I think very late game games are actually pretty rare. I think we don't see them a lot, even in VGL. But if we see some, they are very, very interesting because then it's like one misplay or one mistake, one mispositioning is like GG.
That's one thing I actually hate about really late games is the fact that teams will play so safe and so careful because they don't want to make that one mistake, and then it just drags the game out, you know, way longer than I feel like it should be some of the times. But either way, 4 minutes in, we will have a kill onto Raf. He will get taken down in the jungle, but they will trade it 1 for 1, support for support, and Adija will run away and should be fine to escape this one as he did pop his boots. But 3-2, House Bastiatas off to a strong start considering. You know, they're the ones playing on a higher ping. Red Team 2 beating Unknown. Red Team 2 placing 4th in the last cup. That you would think that they're the favorites in this, but
normally
they're not.
Normally, yes.
At the moment, at least.
They are placed 3rd at the moment, NKNO. Therefore, what seems like Red 2 is on a stable run at the moment, trying to establish themselves to, well, for the finals coming up on the 14th of June. It's basically today in 1 week. So then we will see the big finals coming up here. But first, they have to get some points here, win the match. And Miko here, he is the focus. He gets, well, first he... Well, 1 for 1 trade here. First, it was Look At Me who actually went down pretty quick. And here, well, that fight feels like it's lasting forever. But Taka's going down here. 3-5. Gibbs, well... He's not going down, Raf's going down as well. 3-6, very, very good play here from House. Bit lucky or unlucky, I don't know. It was interesting fight. I thought Red, they had the advantage, but turned out that House had a longer breath.
A longer breath?
Well, if you have like, how do you say this? So if you are like able to fight longer or like on the long run?
Stamina? Endurance?
Endurance. I think endurance is the right word. Because there is a German...
yeah, I was assuming there was like a German saying that involved that.
There is a German
Can you say it in German?
Man hat einen langen Atem. So you actually have a long breath to like do something more.
Okay. That makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay, so not too bad.
I mean, we had Don John last here on Wednesday saying Vision, and then there's chat started going crazy with hashtag Vision for Vision because you know V's and W's make the different opposite sounds in German and English.
Yeah, definitely. Flashy going down in the meantime here. 4-6. Well, Red able to pick up a kill here, an important one actually. Ref chasing behind Miko. He has the pack, but Gibbs, well, that escalated quickly, and Miko here in the middle of everyone trying to pick up a kill at least, but no, Ref is going to pick up 2 kills. 6-6. They are back in the game. 500 gold ahead and picking up on top the gold mine.
Oh, no ace coming in, but they will get the gold mine just like he said. DJ gotta be a little bit careful, but he's got enough lifesteal to sustain this one, it looks like. And there we go. Red Team 2 getting the lead in gold, tying things up in kills, not getting a turret just yet, but they finally do get some momentum back on their side where they're previously lacking it. So that's about to just had a strong early game. Seemed like Red just able to catch them off in a bad position for that team fight.
All right. So since we're streaming anywhere from an Android device, just to come back to that one, we're still in the beta. So this Wi-Fi bug at the beginning appears from time to time, which is not like too bad for us. All right, Raf and Adiga here will meet Flashy and Gibbs. Well, both are shopping. Now Gibbs goes in, walking through the trap and not exploding on him. Flashy giving him the gift of fire. There comes the kill onto Adiga. He is going down. Gibbs is going down as well. Now we see the Yummy Captain Frenzy from Miko. I think, wow, that was a great save, but wow, the Halcyon Potion not able to protect actually. Look at me. So he's going down as well. What a fight here. 7-8 the score. Gold Miner getting immediately down by House. Let's quickly go over the item builds since we are over 8 minutes in the game. Look at me, he has the Aftershock. I mean, the core item for Koshka lane. On the other side, Miko has actually the same kind of mirror build here. Taka Adiga, he's going for the Tension Bow, followed by the Piercing Spear for some armor pen, which is pretty interesting. Fortress, well played by Raf. We've seen that the game before, going the tanky way. And Gibbs, nothing special, he did this. Also,
he does have his life spring done this time.
Yeah,
which is going to be really, really nice little extra boost to sustain and to longevity when it comes to these fights. We don't see one picked up for Red Team 2, which can come back to hurt them, but they do have the Crucible and 2 reflex blocks behind them to stop Flashy from those AoE ultimates. So there's chat. Chat's catching up to hashtag vision. Look at it. Look at it. Hashtag visions.
I see it. Look at me. He was in a bad situation. I just catch it up with the camera here before the situation came. Flashy, he can use the ultimate, but there comes Raf following Flash, and Adiga, he has to use that skill to take him down. So now it is 2-for-1 trade in favor for Red Team 2. Gibbs, he has huge attack speed, using the smite to pick up Raf 29. 2-for-2 trade here. All right. Vision. That's amazing.
10-9 lead for House of Batiatus. Not hit that 10-minute mark in. But Red Team 2 still sustain the gold advantage, and that's seen reflected in items just a little bit. Look at me doing extra damage with the Prism picked up, or the Heavy Crystal, I think that was. But the Heavy Prism. Just everywhere today.
Heavy Prism. All right. So nothing too spectacular concerning the item builds. Looks pretty solid, pretty stable. Both teams having some crystal damage, some weapon damage, some defense from the supporters. Goldmine, 50% full, 10 minutes in the game. So getting pretty interesting. Well, let's have a look at the creep kills. Miko is at 60. It's a lot, but look at me, even higher. 64 at the moment.
Still just a lot in general to have in this game at this point. And
after 10.5, I think, yeah.
I'm curious to see, you know, which routes they're going to go. Looks like they're going very similar builds, but we do have the, like I said, the penetration out of Miko. Look at me going for some extra burst damage. We might have a big fight breaking out. It looks like it might happen. No, it looks like, unfortunately, Look at me was in lane. Yep. And House Batiatus not really trying to go in just yet, but Flashy might get caught out. He's a little bit aggressive. I think he's maybe trying to bait them in. And both teams actually will just back away instead in the meantime.
That was actually a very, very good flare provided by Ref29, because they saw that they were in a 2 versus 3 situation, so they waited for look at me. Now we flared again, seeing that the bush is empty, so, well, there comes a flare from each team at the same time. And now comes the ultimate. Big fight coming up here in the semifinals. There comes the Verse of Judgment. Yummy Cat the Frenzy blocked, I think, by the Crucible from Team Red. Gibbs is doing decent damage here, picking up the kill on Look at Me, going down directly after by Adiga, and Flash here, he can't escape that one. Ace for team. There comes the ping for the gold mine. They are going for that one, and then I think they should immediately push that one.
Yeah, they do get the gold mine. They do get a big gold bonus off of that too. Yep. And with the turret falling directly thereafter, that's going to be an extra 300 each person's pocket. So a nice little extra 900 for everyone in total. 1,300 gold to 8.9. So we're seeing a 4,000 gold lead practically at this point.
That's a lot.
And that is huge.
Yep. I mean, after 12 minutes being in that high lead. But I mean, still, we have seen a lot of game changes here on the ESL Cup Series, so therefore anything might happen.
Could have. We saw that last game with House Batiatus, such a strong start, and then Collab able to catch him off guard once he got the Crucible done. Yep. Honestly, couldn't say which team's going to win. I would expect Red Team 2 to win, but, you know, this momentum shift is starting to be really big, and they're going to try to steal away the gold mine. Not sure exactly why they're focusing that down, but Rap's going to be going in towards the backlines. Look at me jumping in as well. Miko, very low on HP. He's going to at least get a little bit of HP off of the fountain, but it's not going to be enough, and they will fall. The gold mine's still going to be kept alive, and Gibbs trying to escape. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to, though, and he will fall. DJ now looking for Flashy as they're trying to dive under the turret. They could very well pull this off, and that will be the ace for a second time. And maybe another turret. Yeah, most certainly another turret going down, and that's going to lengthen them up from 4,000s to 5,000 gold. And now looking for even a second. No way!
They are going for it. So, I mean, that push in just, I think, 1 minute, they took down 3 turrets and therefore 900 per turret, which is an amazing number of gold here for Red 2.
Yeah, 2,700.
Wow, yeah, math is your thing? Yes, right?
Yeah, 2,700. Quite impressed.
I just wanted to feel you
scared me for a second when you said that.
Yeah. All right, infusions are coming in. Gibbs is on the weapon infusion. Koshka here, played by Miko, he's going for crystal infusion. And Adiga, he has the weapon infusion as well.
Okay, so Red Team 2. I feel like this game might come down to this next push. Maybe when the Kraken spawns in, they will lose the gold mine, but I don't think they'll care too much about that considering what they've been able to net off of them taking it and then off the back of the fight that they were able to force after that. But I think when the Kraken comes up, that's going to be the time. I think we might see the game, end in the next couple of minutes after that point because of how far ahead they currently are.
Just 45 seconds until Kraken is coming into the game, and I'm very curious to see if Red is trying to get this one, just as House did the last game. Well, that was amazingly fast, or if they're going to wait. I think it depends on the position of House at that time. 30 seconds to Kraken. Going to push the lane a bit. Well, House is completely here in the base, just moving out of that one. Infusions are coming up once again. And I think the next 2 minutes might be the most interesting ones here.
They're still sticking around for it. I mean, look what to potentially take it. You can see the mini-mine taken for each team, 1 apiece.
Raf has his ultimate up, and well, they try to capture it. This is what I said, this can end deadly. There comes the flare from, it was actually Red 2. There comes the ultimate from Fortress, just revealing everyone, and they are going back. There comes the mark, and everyone is in the fight. There comes the Word of Judgment, nicely blocked. I think Miko is going down first. Well, depends on how many stacks can actually Gibbs apply. No, he can't fight it. And there comes the first kill. Miko is going down, and now House, they have a big problem. They have to split themselves to somehow get the focus onto one. Well, he used the smite to get some HP back, but no chance. The damage from Red 2 is just too big here. Kraken is coming. Well, that might be a pretty hard task, just as seen on the other side. Now parallel here, the last game on the right
side. They need to be really careful for this too. Raf's going to just die to the turret, and Flashy could get the credit for that one. This turret will fall, but Miko's now here. They're forced to back away. They can't sit here and really defend too well. Deja just going to stealth away from this one. The turret, I think, most certainly will fall. No, Gibbs has respawned back in. They should be able to clean this one up. So only getting 1 turret off of that. Actually, hold off on that, Jason.
Well, I think, well, just one more.
One more. They'll get both. All right. Just barely.
That was so close, but definitely the most important turret here. Kraken couldn't be stopped. 17-12 the score concerning the gold. Why 5,000 and a little bit more than that after 16:45. Let's have a look at the item builds. Well, Adiga, he finished the Bonesaw very early in game, and now he's going for the Atlas, which is a very, very interesting choice. I mean, he's 10-3. Therefore, he's going in for some nice attack damage, jumping in, popping up the Atlas, the active, slowing the attack speed from the others. So he can kite pretty well. Gibbs here getting focused so quick by Red 2, and this is what I'm talking about. Rev 29 here with the amazingly high movement speed. There comes a Word of Judgment by Flash, but he can't do anything. Yami kept the frenzy on to look at me, dealing no damage at all. Miko is going down. Flashy is going down. We can call this semi-final a GG, and therefore Red 2 will move on to the finals here in the 8th ESL Vainglory Cup Series.
Yeah, well done by them. They fell behind early on. House Batatas was really strong in the beginning, but unfortunately for them, they didn't have what it takes to sustain that lead that they were able to build. And that's all on the back of Deja on that Taka. 13-3-6, Raf at 5-4-14. And look at me at 2-5-15. So getting all those assists in there.
That's good.
Gibbs, he was 6-6-4, but I feel like Miko just fell behind. Look at me, and Not to mention, I don't think Gibbs can do the same amount of damage that Adija can in such quick succession.
Well, concerning the item builds, we see that Look At Me playing Koshka went, well, we should say much more defense than actually Miko did. While Miko, he were on the way with the piercing shard here for some crystal and a shield pierce. And Look At Me, he went for the fountain and the crucible as well. So therefore, concerning defense, much more items here.
All right, guys. Well, that means we are done with our first semifinal. With the second one coming up in just a little bit of time. It's Red Team 1 up against Feedspell, and we'll be kicking off that game when we do come back from the break. So we'll see you in hopefully about 5 minutes' time.